stay. I'm going to experiment.
Okay. All right. Hi, love. How are you? You good? Kenna, totally talking to you, baby. Totally talking to you.
My bad. Good morning. It's afternoon here, but good morning to you all.
Good afternoon to you. So how are things in
Thank you.
Johannesburg?
Things are good today. It's 3 p.m. here, so all is well here in my neck of the woods.
Good. Kenna?
Was yesterday Culture Day? Heritage Day?
Thursday, actually, this whole entire weekend has been Heritage Week here in South Africa. So everyone is dressed in their traditional clothing. People are eating their traditional foods, and it's just been a celebration pretty much since Thursday. So it's been a really great time to be here in South Africa, to see everyone in their colorful attire and just to learn more history.
Okay, perfect.
Wonderful. Kenna's talk aired yesterday. It is on dating abroad, and the chat was on fire. So I know that we're going to have some good questions and good conversation in our chat for our live stream today. Ask Kenna what you want to ask her. You were in there yesterday. If you didn't get your question answered yesterday, ask her what you want to ask her. So Kenna, if you haven't seen it yet, you can still catch the replay on ExodUSsummit.com, Do's and Don'ts of Dating Abroad. Kenna is super intentional about dating, right? She's just not like, well, we'll see who pops up. We'll see who asks me out. I haven't had a date in 6 months. I'm not going to do anything about it, but I want to date, not Kenna.
No.
So she's here to guide us, to help us get what we want, without like just throwing up our hands, which is I'm on, like I was like on the verge of like just it's over. It's over for me.
No, it's not.
I don't feel like it's over, but I feel like maybe I just gotta wait, like just chill for like 5 or 10 years and then find like the old.
No.
Like that's what it feels like sometimes.
No, I'm glad I didn't wait. Like I said, I'm always out, going out. Even last night I was out, and young man was chatting with me at the bar. We exchanged contact information. I do like to network. I'm not totally 100% not opposed to talking to people, because you never know who your next network is. So I do like to network as well. Sometimes networks turns into, hey, what you doing later? Would you like to go out for a drink? I'm like, okay, let's go. So there's that.
Okay.
But okay, so the question that seemed to pop up was, where are the men who know how to have a conversation? So dating on apps, dating on Tinder makes things a lot more convenient, but it also makes it easier for people to not try, just hi every morning for 37 mornings. How do we sift through and find a man who knows how to have a conversation? Where are the men with the personalities at? That's what I want to know.
Well, a man with a personality, you're going to know right away. He's not going to waste your time with all of this high foolishness every morning. If he's interested and he wants you, you're going to know right away. If you're constantly getting high within, a span of a week, block. Or you can just be upfront. Hey, I noticed that you keep telling me hi every day. What do you want? Are we going out? Are we going to meet? What's up? If nothing transpires, he never says anything to you, you know that this is a waste of time. Some men are looking for people to just pass the day. Don't be someone that you're just a pass the day type of person. So I would say just block them. Block them. There are other men that are waiting for you, or ladies if you're a lesbian, whatever. So it's open to everyone.
Okay, but so there's no way to know from the profile. Can you sometimes tell from the profile if he's going to be able to have a conversation with you, or you just have to go ahead and swipe and see?
Yeah, you can't tell. Sometimes profiles are, some of the profiles, they look more like glamour shots from the 80s. So
okay.
You may see something like that, but you need to basically have some type of conversation. Even in my own profile, I should actually pull it up here, where I basically just say a couple of things where you really, if you really want to know more about the person, you really have to contact them. And the person that I'm talking to now, if I remember correctly, I don't think his profile, it only said maybe a couple of things. And based on what his profile is compared to who he is in person, you would never know that if you did not spend time with the person or get to know them. So the profile is just, that's why I tell people don't do these full 10-page dating profiles. They don't make sense. And besides, no one's going to read them.
No. Okay. Okay.
But on the other hand, I cannot take a man who has like sup in his bio, or like
you need to have a little bit more than just
or like you want to talk, message me on IG. If they can't, for me, if they're not interested in writing something substantive or meaningful that gives me something to pique my interest, I can't swipe on that, because it's like, what are we just gonna get into the hey conversation? If you can't, like, if you're not, you can't invest in your bio, like what are you on this app for? So,
and it just needs to be a few lines. That's it. Like I said, I think my bio is no more than 5 lines. Very basic.
Is it funny?
I think so, because I'd like to think I'm witty most days.
You are. Okay. Yeah, you are. What mile radius do you set for Tinder?
Here, since I'm in South Africa, well, I'll tell you this. When I was in California, my radius was set to 100 miles. I figured I'd be willing to meet someone within a 100-mile span, because that's about 2-hour drive. You can always meet halfway. Here in South Africa, because I do not have a car, I think my span is about the equivalent of like 15 to 20 miles. So, but there's so many men here that, I mean, even if I had it at 1 mile, I'd probably meet a lot of people. But I'm about, I think, 15, 20 miles or so.
Okay, I heard you say. I heard that. All right, within 1 mile. Okay, I'm taking notes on where to go next.
But I will say this. One thing I like to do, which, for those people that have the upgraded accounts, I could always see who scanned on me first, instead of like spending my time doing this aimless swiping. What I would do is I would go into my profile and look and say, hey, this man swiped on me. Even if I didn't see him in my scan, I look at his profile and I'm like, he looks like my type, or he looks like he's interesting, or whatever. And I'd swipe, and then most of the times, at least here in South Africa, the men tend to respond. They send messages first. And most of them don't send hi. So it's more, hey, I noticed your profile. I noticed you have this type of picture. Can you tell me, where were you in this location? What were you doing? So they're looking at your profile and asking, questions instead of this foolishness, hi, and what you're doing, and terrible spelling.
Okay, that's good to know. I'm also a fan of the Germans. When you travel, Germans travel a lot. And so it's easy to get Germans on Tinder, and they're also conversational. They're not, hi, good morning. Yeah. Australians are the worst. I'm gonna say it again. Boo you, boo Australia. They're the worst. Don't do it to yourself. When I meet a woman who has an Australian husband or boyfriend, I'm like, how? Like, how is it possible? He must have been raised elsewhere.
So Eve says she met her husband on an online dating site, and they've been married for 11 years now. So it happens.
Yes.
It happens.
It does.
So.
All right. Oh, Saren has a question.
And I met Eve and her husband.
Did you?
Yeah, I've met them.
Awesome.
Saren wants to know, what age range do you set on your profile? How low do you go?
Ow.
Well, I'll say this. I will be 44 this year. I'm a Sagittarius. I personally prefer older men, but older men are not interested in me. So my profile is set to, I think I'm at, was set to about 33 to about 50 or so. But it's mostly the guys in their 30s are the guys that are interested in me. These are 32, 33, 34, 38. Just younger guys, for whatever reason, they I don't know, they like this this seasoned meat over here. I guess they just like them older. So I don't know why, but it works. I, again, typically don't like younger guys, although the person that I met on IG, Instagram, he was 28, and he was fun, great guy. But I tend to, let me just be real, I need a guy that's more established. I find a guy that's probably in his 30s. He's probably set in life. He has what he needs. He's not looking for a meal ticket from me or anything like that. So I look at that as well. I don't want to call that gold digging, because it's not. This is basically, I need to make sure that we are equally yoked. A lot of people look at equally yoked as far as religion goes, and that's fine. I'm looking at, are you going to be a liability to me or an asset? So that's what I'm looking at. And I've seen guys that, I'm like, dude, if it can't even take me out to a nice restaurant, forget it. I can't do it.
Okay. Adriana said she met her boyfriend on Instagram.
Who said that?
Adriana
Smith.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I just see men who want me to give them my Cash App information so they can send me money. And I'm like,
nobody sends me money.
They never send you money. It's kind of like but they can't just use your Cash App tag. They need you to give them your email address that you use with and I'm like, if you're gonna run a scam on me, run a good one. Like, come through with some good scam, not this. That's what's in my inbox. How can I hustle you out of your money? No, I want, if there's going to be a money exchange, if you show up in my inbox, right? If you show up out of the blue in my inbox and there's going to be a money exchange, the money should be coming to me. Like, you can't, you can't hustle me out of money out of my own inbox. Oh. So mad. One guy started calling me baby. I'm like, but baby, I just want to take care of you. I just need the email address you use. I was like,
nope.
I don't even understand what that scam would be. Like, I don't even understand how he would get, I don't even get that scam.
It was like a 12-hour period of within 12 hours, it was baby. And I was just like, Cash App, Rashida Dow. Like, every message, Rashida Dow. Like, what else is there to say? So yeah, that's what's in my inbox. And I'm guessing Stephanie gets a lot of haze because that's your.
Hi. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning, beautiful. I think men think that men think that compliments are helpful, but they're not. Like,
I think from someone like a meaningful compliment from someone is helpful. And that's where they get messed up. They don't recognize that, like, stranger compliments that have that took very little energy, like very beautiful. If you're saying this to me, you're saying this to 6 other people on the internet right now. Like, if
exactly.
And you're saying it to me, you're saying it to a bunch of other people. You're not gonna get too many gold stars for that. Like,
exactly.
It must work for him somewhere, right? Somebody's getting something out of it.
It's a numbers game.
Well, somebody fell for maybe somebody fell for that before, so that's why they keep doing it.
I guess. Stop falling for it, friend, whoever you are. You're hurting all of us.
Kim met her boyfriend off Twitter, and Adriana had a sugar daddy who wanted her bank login info and password. These dudes.
That's not a sugar daddy.
That's not how. You don't need to know my password to slide me some cash. I can find a way for you to get me some money.
Yes.
Zero information.
They are doing it so wrong. So wrong.
A mess.
Definitely.
A mess. But the scammers are out there, and when you're dating, you have to be aware of them. Kenna, you went into that story. I rewatched the video while I was editing it, and my mouth dropped again at the amount of money that woman had spent on a man she never met. I was like, this is my second time hearing it, and I'm she did what?
$20,000. $20,000.
You see him on Dr. Phil. I'm like, is this real? But
it's real. I think sometimes I don't, people will get to the point where you are so lonely, so starved for attention that you're willing to take somebody's hello, beautiful, and in your mind that becomes an entire relationship built on nothing, you know, and I could not believe that this lady had invested over a year of her life into something that wasn't even real. And the thing that made me pissed off about it was, you know, she was told that he was coming to visit her in the States. And, you know, us women, she went and got her nails done, got her hair done to meet him. And I'm thinking, I spent all this money to get your hair done and the man's not even real. It's just, you know, a disappointment. So I checked on her relative about a couple of weeks ago, and she seems to be doing better, but that's a hard hit, you know, to lose. Even if you have $20,000, I don't want to lose it because I gave it to some invisible man.
I mean, when you get your hair done and nails done like that, you better go out and find another man you can recoup that $20,000 from. I'm just saying.
I'm telling you.
Waste that hairstyle and the nails. Go somewhere, catch a fish. I don't know.
You like men.
Definitely.
You like African men. Can you tell us what's so different about them compared to men in the US, compared to American men?
I like men, period. But however, what I've found is I feel like African men somehow have some type of affinity to me. This is a good revelation. I don't think I've ever said this live. So I have never had a serious relationship with an American Black man. Never. And I think the reason being is they never really approached me. When I was in school, I went to school, I have an aerospace engineering degree. So most of the Black men that were at my school, they were all Africans. So I hung out with the Africans. I was tight with them. They were tight with me. We remained friends. Even to this day, one of my African friends from college called me this morning, and we just hung tight. So basically, that's just what I knew. American men were like, you know, oh, your hair is short. Oh, you don't look like such and such and such. You too smart. You don't need me or whatever. African men, girl, let me tell you, you are such and such and such. I am proud of you. You are Black. You are beautiful. You are doing this in the world. I'm very supportive of whatever you're doing. And they showed so much support. And one of my friends would say, you know, go where you are appreciated and loved, not just where you're tolerated. And that's what I did. For me, it's been mostly men from the continent have been the ones to show me the most love. Although some of them can cause you some problems, but that's in any relationship, whether the person is from Italy, Spain, Turkey, Germany, Jamaica, or whatever. You may have problems, but you have to take each person, you know, one by one. But my experience is, for me, the African man has just been phenomenal.
And Kristen, who spends a lot of time in Ghana, said that they're in Ghana anyway. They're marriage minded. Like marriage is the goal, whereas in the U.S. it's not. It's definitely not the goal. Do you find that too?
I find out here that men that they are probably very similar. That they want to get married. They want to establish a relationship, a family, or whatever the case may be. So there's that. So you know exactly, you know, what you're looking for going in. They're generally not going to waste your time. If they are going to waste your time, you're going to know very, very early on. Although I did have an experience with a guy I met that I thought everything was going swimmingly fine until he popped that, I want to break up with you. But, you know, sometimes you don't know.
Yeah.
Just be open-minded and don't let the bad experiences that you may have stop you from wanting to continue dating. I see a lot of women that will post on their Facebook pages, oh, I'm done with dating. I'm tired of men. I'm so tired. I'm just going to be by myself. And I'm thinking, realistically, that's not even the life that you want. So don't put those words out there saying that you don't want this when you really do, because it could be the guy that you pass by every day. He could be the one. So don't rule it out.
Do you think there's a one?
For who, me?
Do you think that's the thing? Is there such a thing as the one, or is there just like some people that you could make it work with?
There are people I think that you could. There are people that you could make it work with. I would say that. I won't say that there's like the one, because there could be several the ones. And even in my lifetime, I can look at that one right there was the one, that one. But you know, life changes. So there are people that you look at, say, does this person align with my values? Do they have, do we have some type of commitment here? Are we going to be honest with each other? Do we trust each other? Do we share love? Are we in this because we are being mutually beneficial to each other? So if you have these things, I feel like, you know, you can make it work. And it's a decision. It's a decision to make it work.
Mhm.
We have some questions about dating African men. Okay, so Adriana's boyfriend is
Lord.
Nigerian, and she said she's never felt loved and appreciated like this before. But let's get into the questions. Shelly
Yeah.
wants to know if there's an HIV issue with dating in South Africa.
You know what? I treat, that's a really good question. South Africa, from what I've been told, they have a high rate of HIV here. But I look at this as dating anywhere. You have to look at HIV is every person that you see. You have to, I hate to say it, you almost have to assume that every person that you come in contact with, as if they have HIV, some STD or what have you. But you should always be getting tested anyway, no matter what. No, can I say bad words here?
Uh-huh.
No raw dogging, ladies. None of that, you know, whatever. Just don't do those type of things. If you are planning to have that type of intimacy, make sure that you both are tested. The men that I have dated here, I have actually not dated a South African man here. The men I've met here, they've been from Uganda, Zimbabwe, Nigeria, other countries. I've met just one or two South African men, but like any situation, you always have to make sure you practice safe sex. I keep condoms in my house because you never know when it's about to go down. So make sure that you are prepared and you know, have your stuff and get tested just like you would in the States or anywhere else.
Okay, thank you. Next question is from Yvonne. She says her hesitation about African men, if they're so intent and open to committed relationships and marriages, then why aren't they married to an African woman already? There's no shortage of women on the continent.
That is a really good question. And you have to look at that man and find out why he's not married to somebody from their continent or whatever. Let me switch your question up a little bit. I've noticed that there have been some men that they will say that they only want to date a lady that's from the United States. Those are the type of men I stray away from, because if that's your only preference, that you want to date someone from the United States, you're already looking for something. I feel like you're looking for something, because like you said, there are so many ladies, even here in South Africa, lovely, lovely ladies here, Nigeria, any other place, any other country, so many lovely ladies. But if they're only seeking out you, I feel like that should be your sign. Not necessarily so, but maybe 8.5 times out of 10, they're looking for something else. Mm-hmm. Oh, I want an American lady. I just always wanted one in my life. I'm not your fetish, so no.
Just like being a Black woman dating a non-Black man, you have to look at the like, what's this real? Yeah, what's his motive?
Yes. What's the reasons behind this? Are you genuine? What's the reason? I have a friend. She lives in Portugal now. She married a nice white guy. That was not her preference, but that was the person that eventually loved her and treated her with the most respect. So they got married.
Okay. Ebony's got a complicated question for us. Will you address the generally held belief that African men are abusive? A lot of weight.
Where did you hear that?
Here's what my small amount of interactions have been that they're much more possessive and territorial. Do you not find that? Uh-huh. You meet a dude, like a Nigerian dude. You meet a Nigerian dude, and next thing you know, he's like, "Who are you talking to? What are you?" Like all up in your business. You don't find that?
I've had of all the, and I've dated a lot, a lot of African men. I've only had that experience maybe once or twice or so. But on the whole, I would not say that they're all like that. I'd like to say that, again, you have to take each person individually. There are so many stereotypes about West African men, even South African men. Now, I will say that South African men have supposedly a reputation, some of them have a reputation of being abusive. I've never seriously dated a South African man, so I don't know, that to be the case, but they do a lot of gender-based violence prevention information here. So perhaps some of that may be true, but I don't want you to meet a South African man and automatically assume that he's an abuser, because that may not be the case. As far as possessive, depends on the man. I remember my ex-husband used to be upset with me. I was talking to some guy and we were having marital problems at the time, and he assumed that I was cheating on him, when reality, he was cheating on me. It wasn't me. It was the other way around. So probably in my entire life, I probably had maybe 2 possessive types, and I've dated a lot.
So Kim says she also heard that they were controlling, but she dated a Nigerian guy and didn't deal with that. Kenya says that in her experience, West African men have been very aggressive and open about expecting women to be submissive. So, I would say it's a very, very big continent, and you're going to meet a lot of different men from different countries, and within those countries, different types of men. And we must be discerning with our
yes.
Yeah, discerning.
Your spirit will tell you what's up. Listen to it.
Yes.
Marty says she thinks we need to be mindful about generalizing this whole continent of men. Yep, West Africans completely different from North, South, African or South. Yes. And once again, the men within those located regions are different as well. Okay, so there was another question. Okay, Saran says, what is it like dating as a 35 plus woman abroad? Kina mentioned that she attracts younger men. Are they open to marrying someone 10 years older or just dating?
Again, depends on the man. The man I'm talking to now, he's not that much younger. He's 38, I'll be 44. And he's already expressed to me that his intention is he wants to marry. So I'm supportive of that. So, but you will meet younger men. I was dating a guy in Amsterdam earlier this year. He was 35. Okay, I shouldn't say that was date. That was more like an entanglement, but we can talk about that some other time. But you will find that the younger men, that they're passionate. They're very passionate, and they want to have either long-term relationships, or they are interested in marriage. And you will know based off of the way they treat you and how they're talking to you as well. So just because you're 35 and up doesn't mean that your life is over, that no one wants to marry you. Like my friend that got married, who's now living in Portugal, she's 63 and she just got married 3 years ago. So if that's any consolation, there's plenty of time.
Okay, we have to stop the questions here. We could do this all day long. Kim will be in the comments. I know she will. I know she's going to be in the comments saying hi to people. I know she was looking at dating stuff in the group last night. But Monet's talk starts in 2 minutes, and before about traveling with children, making sure traveling with children easier. Before we start, I want to mention our lovely sponsors for the day. One of them is Go RVing. You see Stephanie and I with it's hard to see, our Go RVing. She's got the water bottle.
Contrast, there's more contrast here.
Yes. Got a little cooler.
Look at this cooler.
Little cooler for you.
Okay. So
there's a blanket and an apron and some. We'll talk more about that at noon because we're going to give one of these away.
Bingo.
12:30.
Make sure you're playing bingo. Get your bingo card, because this is our awesome bingo prize. Get your bingo card, play bingo, be back here 12:30 to claim your prize.
We have a special guest, Myrna Valerio, known online as the Myrnavator. She will be with us, and we will be playing bingo and talking about the great outdoors. Today, we're going heavy on RVing. So anything you want to know about RVing, you should have your questions answered. Today, we've got Britta Brown from Brown's Dope Little Adventures on at 11:30, I think. And Tia Sims from Britta's at 10:30. Tia Sims from Soulful RV Family is on at 2. Their sessions will be on ExodUSSummit.com. Myrna will be in the Facebook group at 12:30.
I
Y'all,
also want to shout out Jay Freedom's Q&A session will
Yeah.
be back here in the Facebook group at 3 o'clock. Jay Freedom is the author of We Out, Ending Our Abusive Relationship with America. Her session was also fire the other day. So I know that you'll want to make sure that you're back here in time for that live stream as well.
so yeah, have a great day. Don't be hesitant to watch those sponsored talks, y'all.
Please and thank you.
And maybe click around on the sponsors' websites. Don't be hesitant to do that. And yeah, we'll have a giveaway we will give away a swag bag from Go RVing at 12:30 with Myrna Valerio, and we're super excited about playing games. Stephanie made bingo cards that are awesome. I saw it this morning and I was like, damn girl. So don't miss out on your bingo card. Get that. Speakers cannot win. Prior winners cannot win.
Moms
Mothers
cannot win.
of hosts cannot win. Oh, a host.
Moms of the host cannot win.
She's back there complaining about the rules. But yes, go on over to ExodUSSummit.com right now and watch Monet's talk about traveling with children. We'll be in the Facebook group all day. Kenna will be around sprinkling some more dating advice left and right, because that's what she does. She's much more than dating advice. Don't just use her for that.
No. World traveler and trip planner and world traveler.
Yes.
And sabbatical extender. Super sabbatical speaker.
Miss, I don't cook in the US, but I can cook anything you can imagine when I get to South Africa, because I have all the time in the world. That's what I'm putting it on. All the time to explore. And so she couldn't cook, and now nothing's changed but time. And now she's making biscuits and crazy mac and cheese and all kinds of things. So time gives you options. Take a sabbatical, become an expat, live a good life. All right, we've talked enough. Until later on. Bye, guys.
T Squad.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.